The Prem is finally back. We did a prediction show, the usual. I don't want to talk too much, I don't want to spoil the show. I'm your host, Fahmy, and welcome to Football Talk. We're going to do predictions. Let's start off with Brentford versus Arsenal.
Arsenal, easy win. Easy
Arsenal.
win. 3-0,
Arsenal.
6 wins. Willian with 3 assists. Aubameyang to score 2 goals. And Ben White will score another one.
Okay.
It's going to
But
be an
keep
easy
coming.
match for Arsenal. But I think Arsenal will win.
You
Probably
think?
2-1 or 1-0.
Okay. Well, that will be on Friday. So on Saturday, the opening game is Man United versus Leeds.
Man
Raja.
United. I think Man United will win. Like a 3-0 win or a 3-1 win.
Okay. Disto and John.
Manu win. Manu, that's an easy Manu win, man. Manu are like City right now. Those guys are gonna. Leeds will have a tough game.
Okay. John.
Of course, it's a Man United win. We're too solid right now. It's just gonna be an easy win, probably 2-1. 2-0, 3-0. Bruno, of course, being on the score sheet. So, yeah, that's my prediction.
Okay, we move on. Burnley versus Brighton.
Brighton. I will go for a Brighton win.
I'll go for a Burnley win.
Okay. And John.
I'll go for a Burnley win.
I think probably a draw.
Okay.
A draw, in my opinion. Draw, probably Burnley to win, but probably a draw. It's a fast game. So, in first game is pretty open. So, probably a draw for both of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Disto, why Burnley?
Okay. It's see, these games are games for the underdogs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what will happen, but then I just think Burnley have the edge over Brighton. Come on, they're Premier League proven, and I think for the survival, because they've been finishing the past 2 seasons, they've been improving every season. So I think for them to have a solid campaign, so it's better they start off with a win in the first game week. So in my opinion, Burnley will have to go. It's not going to be an easy win. It's going to be a scrappy win, 1-0 maybe, but then we'll say about it. But Burnley for the win.
Okay. Adnan, why Brighton?
Brighton, and last season, at the end of last season, Brighton started playing well. I think if they just take their chances, they score more, and I think they will win against Burnley. And last season they were playing really well. At the end of the season, I think they had so many chances, but they missed most of them. But I think if their strikers score, especially Mopai and those guys, I think they will defeat Burnley like a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win.
Oh, okay. We move on. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
I think Chelsea win.
Okay, why?
And Chelsea, I think they have recruited some good players, and the likes of Havertz are becoming in a good form now. Havertz played really well in the Euros. I think he will play well next season also. I think if Lukaku plays, that's an easy game for them. I think Chelsea like a 2-0, 3-0, or a 3-1 win.
Okay, Disto and John. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
Chelsea. Easy Chelsea, man. I think apart from Manchester United this season, the team people should be afraid of is Chelsea. Chelsea are moving mad. Those guys are having the depth of City. They're having the cutting edge. I think Tuchel right now is proving his point at Chelsea. So Chelsea will win easy. Because they're European champions. What do you expect? Like I don't see them losing the first game week.
Okay, John, you're the last one. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
I think it will end as a draw. Probably draw. Chelsea win. It's as I said, it's a fast game. So the first game, it's quite open, But I cannot give you a full prediction whether Chelsea will win. I really want to first see how they will play in the Super Cup game against Villarreal. So there's that. I think after that, then we'll be able to gauge whether it's a soft W for them or soft win for them or not. So yeah.
Everton versus Southampton.
Everton versus Southampton. I'll go for a 1-0, 2-0 Everton win.
Okay.
I think Everton. I think they're not that good, but Southampton this season will struggle because of they sold Ings, they sold their key player who used to score a lot of goals for them. I think Rafa Benitez for the first game, I think he has to impress again because of a lot of criticism he's getting from the fans. I think he has to impress for the first game. I think it's a 2-0 or a 2-1 Everton win.
Okay, Disto.
Okay. I'll have to contradict Raja. I really think Southampton is gonna go for the win because um okay, not an easy win, but kind of 1-0 win because Everton are really scrappy right now. I saw the friendly they had with Manu, even though I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights, man. That was a crappy game. People, you can't defend like that and you expect to play in the Premier League. So Rafa Benitez is going to have a hard time to get that team in form. But then the other side, Southampton have lost Dan Bertrand, they have lost Danny Ings. So for them to actually get the win over Everton, it's going to be a hard game. But then I think they have guys like Shea Adams who is Premier League proven. So yeah, Southampton for the win.
Okay, John, you're next.
Sorry, who's Southampton playing?
Everton.
Oh, it's probably gonna be a draw again for me. Southampton have just lost their key player. I believe he went to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a plus for Aston Villa, but I mean Southampton with Ings being the star man ahead, it's gonna be a tough match. So it's probably a draw for me.
About Leicester versus Wolves.
Leicester versus Wolves. I think I will go for Leicester. Leicester win. And because Leicester, I think they have just won their final. I think they're in a really good form. I think they always perform. And Wolves have sold some of their key players also. I think Wolves will also is one of the teams that I think will struggle this season. I will go for the other teams win.
Okay, Disto.
I will go for 1-0 win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, not 1-0, but then at least they will have a comfortable game. This guy is tactically overpowered City. Brendan Rodgers is proving himself with the mid-table team, and by he has brought to top six for the past 2 seasons in a row, 3 seasons in a row. So yeah, Leicester for the win. That's easy 3 points.
John.
Leicester versus Wolves. I mean, Wolves have just lost their main man, Nuno. So I mean, by the time we see what Wolves have in store, it's gonna be a tough match for them. So I mean, Leicester just won the Community Shield over Man City, so it's a comfortable Leicester win for me.
Watford versus Aston Villa. Before we do predictions on this, Aston Villa have done amazing signings. They've signed Buendia, Leon Bailey, and Danny Ings. They have maybe a fantastic season coming ahead. So, what are your thoughts? Who's gonna win?
I'll go for an Aston Villa win because Aston Villa 2-1 win. Because Aston Villa, as you have said, they have bought so many. Although they have lost Grealish, I think they have bought so many good players. Buendia will perform really well this season, and the Jamaican guy Leslie will also perform. I think Aston Villa have a really good squad even to push for the Europa League. I think I will go for a 2-1 Aston Villa win.
Okay, Disto.
Aston Villa, Watford. Watford back to the Premier League. I think they have something to prove to us this season. But then, man, come on, Aston Villa. These guys have been making signings left, right, center. Yeah. Grealish is not gonna be missed. To be honest, he's not gonna be missed by Villa that much because they have Buendia right now. Grealish used to play on the left. He used to be a number 10, but he used to go to the left. But then right now they have a number 10, a natural number 10, who can put the goals behind the guys like Traore. You have Bailey right now. You have El Ghazi, people that are Premier League proven. So yeah, you have Dan Ings. I even forgot. So Aston Villa for the win, 100%.
Okay, John.
It's a standard Aston Villa win for me. I mean, splashing money left, right, and center. We just recently signed Axel Tuanzebe from United. There's Ings who's just coming. I mean, it's Aston Villa looking forward to having a nice, fantastic season ahead of them. So for me, it's gonna be a win for them. Watford, of course, they're back in the Premier League after being relegated, I think a season or 2 seasons ago. But I don't think it's theirs yet to come and win the first game. So for me, it's a Aston Villa win.
Okay, we move on. Norwich versus Liverpool, the last game on Saturday.
Norwich versus Liverpool. And I will go for a Liverpool win because Norwich, and congratulations to them. They came back, but I think they will struggle this season as they lost their main man, Buendia. Although they have Kinapuki, I think it will be an easy Liverpool 3-0 or 4-0 win.
Okay, Disto, you're next.
Hey, Raja, what is going on, Bana? Easy Liverpool win over Norwich. Okay, this is not the first time Liverpool are being tied up with Norwich for the opening weekend. And you guys saw Liverpool, their backline is not that yet ready to welcome back Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez to the mix. Even though they signed Ibrahima Konate, who is a very good signing. And the departure of Buendia gives Cantwell the freedom of becoming the star right now behind Timo Pukki in Norwich. Even though it's gonna be a hard game, and I'm sorry to say this, I think Liverpool is gonna go for the win, but it's gonna be a scrappy win because Norwich are there for the stay. Because I've been seeing the way these people have been playing in the championship. These people, I think this is the season where they'll prove themselves to the Premier League teams that they're here to stay, not to be relegated again. So Liverpool for the win.
Yeah, okay. So, John, you're next.
I think it's gonna be a tough match for Liverpool. Liverpool, I've seen they just had an injured Robertson from the Athletic game a few minutes ago. So we don't know how far or how deep that injury is. But Van Dijk is still here to make a comeback. So we still don't know about that. But for me, I think Norwich are either gonna win or it's gonna be a draw. I don't think Liverpool are not gonna win. I don't think they have what it takes to win. I feel like they have a lot to do. They still need to make signings. I feel like Liverpool need to make signings, like 3-4 signings. I feel like they're not just there. So
Yeah, okay.
it's gonna be a draw or win for Norwich.
Okay, so we move on to Sunday's games. They start off the day with Newcastle versus West Ham.
And Newcastle versus West Ham, I will go for, I think, this one I will go for a 2-1 West Ham win. I think West Ham have done, I think West Ham lost Lingard, but I think Benrahma has been in a good form for the last, in the pre-season. I think this season he will prove himself really well. And Antonio is also in a really good form. So, but also Newcastle have Maximin and Wilson back. I think it will be a hard game for West Ham and David Moyes, but they performed really well last season, and so I will have to give them like a 2-1 win to West Ham.
Okay, Disto?
West Ham, Newcastle, West Ham, West Ham. West Ham, we're gonna go for the 3 points. West Ham have proven themselves last season, and I think David Moyes will want to stamp himself again this season. So why not start with 3 points early on? Even though Newcastle will, let me tell you, Newcastle is the knife that needs sharpening more often. So I don't think they have that sharpness to beat West Ham, but I think they're gonna cause damage on the break and everything. But yeah, West Ham for the win.
Okay, okay. Before we continue with John, by the time maybe I'll release this video, Joe Willock will sign for West Ham, for Newcastle, sorry.
For Newcastle. That's a decent signing. He
Yeah.
he will be a decent signing.
Because like on today's game, Arsenal faced Tottenham. Willock wasn't in the squad. Arteta never even mentioned him. He said maybe we'll talk about it when everything becomes clear. So
Yeah, so yeah, I think Willock will have to move out away from the Emirates for more game time, and he's a quality player we've seen since the start of January this year till May. I think he was top five people with goal per minute ratio.
yeah,
So he's a decent number eight. He is quality player, Premier League proven. And it's a bargain for 25 million for Joe Willock. That's a bargain. I know the Manu lads here will not agree with me, but then wait and watch. If Willock goes to Newcastle, that guy is gonna create havoc. So yeah, good luck to him though.
okay, John.
Willock, yeah, he has potential, of course. I mean, he went to Newcastle last season on loan, I believe. And he did quite well, you know. He was getting the calls. I mean, he was getting the goals. And he was doing quite well last season, you know. And this season, see Newcastle actually looking for money to buy him. It just means that he's exceptional. So I will not be surprised if we see him among the top goal scorers next season. And getting him for 25 million, that's quite a bargain actually. I agree with Disto. I mean, you know, he's young talent, you know. So getting him for 25 million that's quite some bargaining from Newcastle. So yeah.
Yeah.
He has the potential to get far. So he's a star, he's a player to watch.
Okay, so we move on to the last game of the weekend, the last game of game week 1, Spurs versus Man City, the first big game of the season.
I will go for Man City. I think a 1-0 Man City win. Or yeah, I think I will go for a Man City 1-0 win. I think because Harry Kane will not play that game, I think he will miss that game. And after he comes back, maybe Tottenham will perform, but without him, I think that they are not that good. But they have the likes of, I think this season Dele Alli will shine because Nuno will use him well, and the likes of Lucas Moura. So I will go for a 1-0 Man City win because they have signed good players and they look really strong for this season, Man City.
Okay, Disto?
Honest, I don't know what to say about this game because it's a mixed feelings game. If you see the game for yesterday, Man City were poor. The game for today, even though let me tell you, even though Tottenham got the win, they were not actually good. We For Arsenal that is so poor, we kept on these guys for 45 good minutes. So I okay. Dele Alli was good. What Raja said, Dele Alli was good, making the third man midfield run. But then City will just have to will get the edge over because Nuno will have a hard time balancing this team. Because today still the likes of Tanganga playing right back, until where the Jibril Sidibe used to play, Regulon who was not being used. So Nuno will have a hard time balancing that Spurs squad. But for now, Guardiola will take the 3 points in the opening game with a win for City.
Okay, John, you next.
Spurs have gotten a new coach,
Yep.
Nuno. So I believe he still has a lot to do to take the team where it's supposed to be. He has not done any signings as far as I know. Oh, he has.
2, 3 or
He has. Is it 3 or 2 players?
a keeper
I don't know.
and a midfielder, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's wait and see.
Romero.
Yeah, Romero. I wasn't too sure about the name, but yeah, Romero. So personally, I think it's gonna be an interesting match to watch, but I think it's a win for Man City. But let's just wait and see. But it might just be a draw or a win for Man City.
Okay, that's the predictions for the weekend. I have also, we want to discuss the transfers that has happened. Messi leaving Barcelona. So we're going to start off with Grealish and Lukaku. Grealish recently signed for Man City and Lukaku is signing for Chelsea. What are your thoughts?
I think for the Grealish signing, I think that is a medium signing because for 100 million, I expected Man City to buy a striker, but I think they will use him in the Foden position or they will use him in a free space to run around the midfield. But I think that's a really good. I think it's a maybe transfer. It can go either way. It can be a really good signing for them or a really bad signing for them. I think Grealish might also go to the bench and not because the likes of Foden, Sterling, if they are on form. I think Grealish is not on form. I think he will put on the bench because of the rotation of Guardiola. But I think I expected a City to sign a striker, but I think Grealish for 100 million is not a bad one also. And for Lukaku, I think Chelsea needed that man because he holds up the ball and he gives the chances to the likes of Havertz and Timo Werner to run behind him. So and he scores because Timo Werner misses a lot of chances, so he scores so many goals for them. I think Lukaku will be one of the key players this season, and I think with the likes of Salah and Lukaku and other, I think also Cavani, they will be heading for the top scorers this season.
Okay. Disto and John, you're next.
So the Grealish signing is a good signing for Manchester City because if you see the previous games, Pep Guardiola, the teams he managed, he had a free running midfielder. Okay, he was using De Bruyne right now in City, but then that time he had the likes of Iniesta and Xavi being two running midfielders while Busquets was holding down the fort. So another thing with Grealish is he is what should I say? He's a utility player. He can play that number 10 role. He can make runs from deep, and mostly his preferred position where he can cut in from the left. So, but for 100 million, obviously he's an English player, so he'll be overpriced in the transfer market. But then for Manchester City, that was a fantastic signing. 100 million. Obviously, they have the money to spend, so why not spend it? Romelu Lukaku back to Chelsea. That's a fantastic signing. Um, they've gotten this guy for a cut. How old is he? 29, 27, 29. He's not even 30. He's not even 30 yet, and that guy he has crazy stats on his CV. So for 100, okay, they've gotten him at a catch because I know if Tuchel wants to win the Premier League this season, Lukaku is gonna be a 20 plus goal striker for this season. Maybe even go for the Golden Boot. I'm not being too ambitious, but then we'll wait and see. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna be two good signings for the teams.
I don't know. I don't feel like that signing was a well thought signing. I don't think they needed Grealish. I mean, you have De Bruyne, you have Foden, you have Sterling. Why do you need Grealish? I mean, unless now the Sterling is gonna be a bench warmer, and after the way Sterling played in the England squad, it didn't it didn't add up for me to see Grealish on that squad. It would have made more sense for them to get Kane because they do need a striker. But I mean, Jack is not It's not a desperate signing. You have quite a number of players who can play his position in Man City.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll wait and see because I feel like some people will just be bench warmers. Gundogan, you know,
Yeah.
Gundogan, Foden, Sterling. I mean, it's just a bunch of players who are gonna be. It's gonna be a tough choice for Pep to get a first 11.
Yeah.
So they really have to work hard, and yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the last two transfers. We make it fast.
I don't think Messi should have left Barcelona, man. I mean, why would you want such a huge salary?
It's
He's
not him.
already he's
That's the
already
thing.
making
I don't know.
he's already making a lot of money.
Hakuna option
So I
hapa.
don't.
No, it's
What do
not
you
that
mean?
him.
What do you mean he didn't have an option?
Let me tell you, yeah, the wage to revenue ratio in La Liga, yeah, should be at 70% cap. But then right now, Barcelona 115. Even if after we offload Messi, it will still come back to 90%. So even if Messi was to play for free, Bado La Liga will not meet the financial regulations of La Liga. So either way, it was because they have Deadwood, man. You have Dembele. Dembele, what was the signing was? It was a lot, and he hasn't done anything. You have what was this actually? What was the signing of Depay? I don't even know. Why give him salary?
Coutinho.
League. You have Coutinho there. You have Pjanic. People that
De
haven't
Jong.
been. Yeah, okay, De Jong is actually decent. He plays and everything. You have Umtiti. Umtiti has been wanting to leave the team. I don't know for how long, but people are still closing him down. So it's to blame the Barcelona board for that because they didn't make they didn't even think because that's you letting Messi go because Messi is Barcelona. Barcelona is Messi. But we'll wait and see because anything in this world has an end to it. So
What did you
don't
say
know.
you said the wage to
Wage to revenue ratio,
wage revenue ratio in La Liga 70%.
it should be at 70%. But then for Barcelona right now with Messi is at 115%. No, ukitoa Messi's salary wage is at 90%. So unajua bado they're
Uh,
still over the cap.
And I think for Messi, I think it's sad for Barcelona, but he went to if he goes to PSG, I think that will be a brutal team. If PSG don't win the Champions League with Neymar, Mbappe, and all the other signings, it will be a disappointing season for them. And it should be an illegal team with that kind of formation. I think PSG are too good for the other teams now.
Yeah, okay. One
But
thing is
then,
for sure, the best
yeah,
player in the world is going on a free. He has never been bought.
he has never been bought. That's the sad thing in the
that's crazy.
that's the that's what I'm telling you. Barcelona never had the issues right because yeah, even close him down for a 1 year contract, get some value of him, even if it's for 60 million. Yeah, we'll say it's a bargain, but at least get some money off his signing. But you're letting Messi go for free. I swear.
They will have let him go last season. I think they get some like 100, 200 million.
Yeah, if PSG gets Messi, I think that will be the A star team. But then I was hearing, I don't know if Fahmy will have to go and authenticate. Um, Messi and Mbappe cannot be in the same team.
Why?
The
Right?
wage regulations, even in Paris, they cannot be in the
Even
same team.
Paris have wage regulations.
Every country has wage regulations. That's why England teams. That's why England teams. The only team that is being owned by big money family is Man
Man
City.
City.
Yeah. So you see that hatunanga hizo mashida, but if you compare yourself to Real Madrid, Barcelona overspenders, wanakuwa na shida. I was saying Real Madrid will come after Mbappe if Messi completes his move to Barcelona. Uh, they'll come after Mbappe, but yeah, tomato, it's the same thing. But if Messi gets to PSG, yeah, I think the Champions League is coming home.